Hey guys, it's Ally and welcome to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a girl of the year for every single zodiac sign. I did this a few months ago with historical dolls and a lot of people seemed to like it, so I figured why not do it with girl of the years. So before I get into it, yes, most girl of the years do have set birthdays. However, I really doubt that when creating the characters and picking the birthdays, the American Girl authors researched if their personalities matched their zodiac sign. So this is just all for fun. There's no right or wrong answer here, but just based off of their personality, mostly what is available to read as the brief synopsis on AmericanGirlFandom.com. Here are my picks for which girl of the year matches each zodiac sign the best. Also, some of these might not be 100% accurate, some definitely fit better than others, so feel free to share your own opinions in the comments politely, please. So we're gonna start off with the beginning of the zodiac, which is Aries, and for Aries, I decided to pick McKenna Brooks. Aries is actually personally one of my favorite signs. My really close friend is an Aries. I'm a Gemini, so Aries and Gemini, we get along really well. But some general strengths of an Aries are that they are courageous, determined, confident, enthusiastic, optimistic, honest, and passionate, and McKenna is definitely passionate about her gymnastics, so much so that she will attempt a harder dismount even though she's not supposed to, just to kind of prove herself. I sent the character description of McKenna to my Aries friend and I said, does this sound like an Aries? And she said it definitely does. And then I explained the whole breaking her leg, being ashamed of her tutor part, and she's like, definitely an Aries. Some weaknesses of an Aries are that they can be impatient, moody, short-tempered, impulsive, and aggressive. Very true for McKenna too. If you've seen her movie, there's that whole scene after she breaks her leg where she tears down all of her gymnastics posters and she gets really moody and mad, just like an Aries would. This part I don't believe as much, as everyone's likes and dislikes can be whatever they want. However, this website I'm using, Astrology, Zodiacsigns.com, says that Aries like individual sports and physical challenges, and that is definitely McKenna with her passion for gymnastics, and they dislike inactivity, delays, and work that does not use one's talents. She can't wait to recover and get out of the cast and start doing gymnastics again. So if McKenna is not an Aries, I don't know what else she is. So the next sign after Aries would be Taurus. So some strengths of a Taurus are that they are reliable, patient, practical, devoted, responsible, and stable. But the main reason that I picked this doll, who is Blair for Taurus, is because of this website saying that Taurus likes certain things. So Tauruses tend to like gardening, working with hands, and cooking, and Blair loves all of those items. She helps plan weddings, and they also tend to dislike sudden changes, complications, and insecurity of any kind. And Blair gets diagnosed with a dairy allergy, and at first she's very shy, ashamed of her allergy, even though a dairy allergy, in my opinion, is not that big of a deal. It's very, very common nowadays. So that's why I feel like she fits. If we read her character descriptions, according to the words that American Girl Fandom chose to describe Blair, they said that she's very creative and responsible and hardworking. Definitely some Taurus traits there with the whole responsible part. But Blair is one of those characters who I actually have not read her book, so I don't really know her personality as much as I do with some other dolls like McKenna. So if you guys think that she is not a Taurus and she's a different sign, please let me know in the comments. The next sign is my favorite sign, but most people's least favorite sign, and that is Gemini. I'm a Gemini, so this one is fairly accurate in my opinion, since just by reading the description of this character, I was like, I totally see myself in this character, and that is Luciana Vega as a Gemini. Some Gemini traits are that they are gentle, affectionate, curious, adaptable, ability to learn quickly and exchange ideas, and with Luciana's love of STEM and science, through that she has to learn a lot and she can learn really quickly too. I used to not be the biggest fan of school, but nowadays I get really excited, partly because I do trivia, but learning about things like biology is one of my favorite classes. I'm taking it right now, and just learning things is so cool, and I definitely see that quality in Luciana. Some other traits that I see in Luciana that I also see in myself that relate to a Gemini are that she's very confident and can be a little bit impulsive too. And those are definitely some Gemini traits. And then she also has some self-doubt, which I have as well, but that could be because I'm a Virgo rising, so that part of me needs to be a perfectionist. I'm not going into rising signs or moon signs with these dolls. That gets way too complicated. She's very creative too, and she's very determined and smart, but unfortunately she does get a lot of anxiety too, which is some weaknesses of Geminis, where they often tend to be nervous, inconsistent, and indecisive. I really want to read her books now just because I see so much of myself in Luciana. So I think she's a Gemini because when I think about it, like stereotypically, Geminis are very two-sided. I know I have one side of me which is very extroverted and out there, but then I also have the other side of me which is kind of shy, reserved, and a lot of self-doubt, and I see that in Luciana. According to a Gemini, I think Luciana is a Gemini. So the next sign in the zodiac is Cancer, and I couldn't find any girl of the years who, in my opinion, were a perfect match to Cancer. I did end up settling on one doll. I tried to ask my sister, who is a Cancer, if she thinks she's a Cancer. My sister really was not very helpful at all. She didn't really want to help me out. So I really hope that this doll is a Cancer, and that is Gwen Thompson. She's not technically a girl of the year, but she's the best friend of a girl of the year, so I'm still going to be including her as she is part of the girl of the year line. Cancers tend to be very emotional people. I don't want to be mean when I say this, but I feel like Gwen is very sad. She's very reserved and she doesn't really like to confide in people. She could also be a Pisces, by the way. I feel like Cancers and Pisces are very similar signs, but I do need a doll to put as Cancer. So please tell me what doll, in your opinion, is the best Cancer, as that's the one that I had the most trouble with. Cancers also tend to be very insecure, which Gwen definitely is, with her whole background of not being the most financially stable. She doesn't really like to confide in a lot of people, and then she meets Krissa, who's her best friend, but then her bangs get cut and then she immediately puts up her walls again. According to this website, in terms of Cancer dislikes, some things that they dislike are strangers, any criticism of mom, and revealing of personal life, which is definitely true since Gwen is very ashamed of her life, and she gets very scared to let new people into her circle. So in that sense, I do think Gwen is a Cancer, but she could also be a Pisces in my opinion. The next zodiac sign is Leo, and sticking with the theme of Krissa's best friends, we have Sonali Matthews. Also, credit to Small Dolls for helping me out with these zodiac signs. She was insisting so hard that Sonali was a Leo, and she said I had to give her credit in this video. Go check out Small Dolls, mainly on Instagram, because she has to come back to YouTube. Some strengths of a Leo are that they are very creative, passionate, generous, warm-hearted, cheerful, and humorous, and Sonali is definitely the happiest of the three mean bees, and you can see that when she's with Krissa, she's very happy. Some weaknesses of a Leo, though, are that they can be very arrogant, stubborn, self-centered, lazy, and inflexible. And that's definitely true because she did take a while to leave the mean bees, even when she realized that what they were doing was wrong. Leos also tend to like being the center of attention. Being part of the mean bees and the cool cliques definitely makes sense for her. But I really do love her character arc of turning into Krissa's friend. So to quickly summarize, I believe that Sonali is a Leo because she's very confident, she will speak her mind, she's part of the mean bees, which are like the cool, popular people in school, but she's also very friendly. The next sign is Virgo, which is actually my rising sign, as I said earlier. It's also another one of my close friends' sign. And I sent Gabriella to my friend to confirm that she is a Virgo, and indeed she is. My friend saw a lot of herself in Gabriella, and I completely agree that she is a Virgo too. Virgos are very loyal, analytical, kind, hardworking, and practical, but some of their weaknesses include shyness, worry, overly critical of self and others, and they work too hard and they don't play. Gabriella loves doing poetry, but she is very shy to speak out and share her poetry with others. She's also very insecure about her stutter, and she's worried that people will judge her because of it. Some things that Virgo dislikes are rudeness, asking for help, and taking center stage, which is definitely true since Gabriella is very shy, and it takes a lot of people to inspire her to speak out, just like her book says. I've had Gabriella's book in my room for so long and I have not read it, so now after I finish this video, I'm very tempted to read Gabriella's book. I heard it's really good and I really want to see that Virgo coming through in her book. According to the description, it also says that Gabriella often tries to work hard and impress others, which is definitely a Virgo trait. The next zodiac sign is Libra, and once again, I confirmed that this doll is a Libra with my Libra friend, and that is Krissa Maxwell. We have the whole trio of Krissa and her friends in this video. Libras tend to be fair-minded and very social people. As soon as Krissa comes to the new school, she immediately tries to make friends with people like Gwen. And even though the mean bees bully her, she still ends up becoming friends with Sonali because she's willing to give her a second chance. Libras have always kind of been peacemakers in my mind, which Krissa definitely is. Libras tend to avoid confrontation though, which is definitely true for Krissa, as she's very scared to stand up for herself. Krissa does get bullied, that's pretty much the whole point of her story, and even though she does keep it to herself, she's not willing to make enemies or anything like that. She just wants peace, she just wants them to stop bullying, and then she becomes friends with the bullies. So I think that's pretty Libra in my opinion. The next sign is Scorpio, which is actually Small Doll's sign, and when she was helping me do research for this video, she kept saying, Joss is a Scorpio, Joss is a Scorpio, and I totally agree. Some Scorpio traits are that they are resourceful, brave, passionate, stubborn, and a true friend. Joss is definitely very, very stubborn. If people are talking to her and they're not looking at her, Joss will get really, really mad. That's Scorpio energy. She can also be very impulsive, as she will often do things before thinking about them. And Scorpios tend to be very jealous and secretive. Her friends end up like getting mad at her or something. I haven't seen the miniseries in a hot minute, but she definitely has that Scorpio energy. The next sign is Sagittarius, and I picked Lindsay for Sagittarius. Now, there isn't a ton of information about Lindsay on the American Girl fandom website, but from what I can read, she just wants to help out and fix things. She's very funny and good-hearted, but she always seems to be in trouble. She's not well liked in school. She just really reminds me of my dad, who's a Sagittarius. Her personality is very similar to my dad's. Some strengths of a Sagittarius are that they are very generous, idealistic, and have a great sense of humor, which I can totally agree with. As I just said, she loves to tell jokes and she loves to help out. One weakness is that she will say anything, no matter how diplomatic, and that might be a reason why she is not really liked that much. But I feel like she just radiates Sagittarius for me. Just the whole sense of humor constantly is very Sagittarius in my opinion. The next sign is Capricorn, and Capricorns are very responsible, disciplined, have self-control, and they're good managers, just like Grace Thomas. The main thing that made me put her as a Capricorn is the fact that she is very business oriented, which is something that a lot of Capricorns tend to be. They like to set goals and they will not stop until they achieve them. Grace, obviously, she's very into baking. She helps out with the bakery and she hopes to have a bakery of her own one day. She also ends up going on MasterChef Junior, if you've seen her movie. I'm not sure if that was in the books. I haven't read the books in a long time, but I feel like because of that, she's a Capricorn to me. The description about Grace sucks on American Girl Wiki. It barely says anything about her personality. So I'm really just using what I remember from the movie and her books, which I haven't seen in like over 3 years or something. Just the whole business aspect of being a Capricorn makes me think of Grace. I know this one's not perfect either, so if you know of a better Capricorn girl of the year, please let me know in the comments. The next sign is Aquarius, and this was another hard one. I feel like some signs have very big personalities and you can just figure out that, oh, that's a Scorpio straight away and stuff like that. Aquarius is one of the signs that, to me, feels like a combination of other signs. They don't really have any super distinct traits in my opinion, so it was a little bit harder to pinpoint a girl of the year to be an Aquarius. But I ended up going with Kira Bailey. Some strengths of an Aquarius are that they are progressive, original, independent, and humanitarian. She definitely likes to help out with the animals, and she wants to be independent. She wants to show that she doesn't need help. She doesn't need Alexis to help her out, but then she ends up just getting into trouble. Some weaknesses are that she will run from emotional expression. She can be temperamental, uncompromising, and aloof, which is definitely true for Kira. She got mad at Alexis and she got mad that she couldn't live in Australia, so I feel like she's just very moody. That also could be because she's still a young kid. Aquarius enjoys fun with friends, helping others, fighting for causes, and Kira definitely enjoys those things. And they dislike limitations, broken promises, being lonely, dull or boring situations, and people who disagree with them. So Kira definitely, her and Alexis do clash a little bit. I'm curious what sign Alexis would be. I have to look that up to see maybe their signs clash or something. But I think just how Kira always is trying to prove herself, but then she ends up kind of messing up and then she'll get really emotional because of that. That makes her an Aquarius in my opinion. The last sign of the zodiac is Pisces. And I think this doll is a Pisces because she really reminds me of my Pisces friend in real life because they both enjoy art, and I believe Sage is a Pisces. Pisces' strengths are that they are very compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, and wise, which Sage definitely is. If I read about her personality, she obviously loves art and horses, those are her big things. She also does want to make a change when she finds out that her school is doing budget cuts and there will not be art anymore. She's very creative and imaginative, but she's also scared of public speaking, and I find that a lot of Pisces tend to be very introverted. But one weakness that Sage has is she does experience jealousy when her best friend Tessa becomes friends with Dylan. And I feel like Pisces, they're very emotional, so sometimes they can be a victim. Losing your best friend is being a victim. So I think she's a Pisces just because of her introverted love of art. She can be a little bit shy, and she also just really reminds me of my Pisces friend. This one might not be perfect either, so just let me know. I always get scared making this video. People are gonna be like, oh, this is not accurate at all. This video sucks. This should be this. This is a scary video to make because I'm not a know-it-all when it comes to zodiac signs. I'm not a know-it-all when it comes to girl of the years. So please be polite in the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what your zodiac sign is. I think I asked that in my last video, but I'm always curious. And then also, if you think of a girl of the year that fits a zodiac sign better than what I mentioned, please politely mention it in the comments below because I'm really curious to hear your guys' opinions on this topic. I don't necessarily believe in zodiac signs. I don't read horoscopes or anything like that, but I just think it's really fun to find out what traits match my zodiac sign, and I feel like it's very accurate for me. Even my rising and moon signs tend to be very accurate. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more American Girl videos, and I will see you guys soon with a new video.